Good morning, everybody. I said good morning because I am filming in the morning, but it might be the afternoon when you're doing this craft. How about we just say good day? That feels very fancy, kind of. Good day. I am Lindsay from the Craft Studio, and I'm so excited to be bringing you a craft. And it is fall, and if you love all things fall, let me see your fall spirit fingers. I love the fall, and I love a good fall pumpkin craft. Today we're gonna make our own little pumpkin pinch pots, and they're gonna be amazing, and you should have all the materials you need, which is green construction paper, an orange and a green marker, a brown or a green. I didn't have brown, so I have a green pipe cleaner, and some white air drying clay. So I should have unwrapped mine. I'm gonna take mine out of the package. And I also have a pair of scissors to use. If you don't have scissors, you could just rip the construction paper. What's so cool about this is we don't even need glue. It's such a fun craft. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our clay and we're gonna separate it into, we're gonna separate it in half, but we're gonna leave one piece a little bigger than the other. So these are my two halves. I don't know if you guys can tell. This one is a little bigger than the other. And actually I'm gonna put even a little bit more into the bigger pile. So here we go. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna color our clay, and I love doing this. It's so much fun. We're gonna take our marker and we're gonna make lots of dashes all over the bigger chunk of clay, because this is gonna be our pumpkin. So I'm doing it all over on both sides. And don't worry if your hands get a little messy. That's the fun with art, right? And we're gonna stop there and we're gonna mix it up and make our white clay orange. And we might have to do this a few times, and it's totally up to you. You're the artist. Maybe you want a pastel light pumpkin like this. This is very faint and light. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit more of an orange. And actually, you know what I just realized, silly goose? This is the bottom and this is the top of our pumpkin pot, but they both need to be orange. So we're gonna do this to both of our sections of clay. So I guess we could have done it all in one big one, but where's the fun in that, right? We're stretching our project out. So I'm making sure that it's nice and orange, and you keep going as much as you want to get it that vibrant orange. This is where I am right now. Let's compare it to the white. It's pretty orange. I'm gonna start the other half, but I might go back and make the other one more vibrant. So this is gonna be the perfect little trinket box. You could maybe gift it to somebody and put a piece of candy in it. You could leave it as festive decor to decorate your room. Here we go. Yes, I can never get enough pumpkin spice either. I love pumpkin spice everything. I like pumpkin pie, I like pumpkin spice cookies, I like pumpkin bread. So fun. Okay, so let's see how my two halves match so far. They're getting closer. I'm gonna do a little bit more on each side. Now, you might have a bigger chunk of clay than I do. You could do two little pots, or you can make one giant one. This is such a fun craft, and you can really, once you learn your pinch pot skills, which I think I've done pinch pots with you guys before, but once you learn them, you can keep going and make as many pinch pot crafts as you want. Okay, now I'm really digging my orange. Feel free to pause me and keep going for as long as you want. Now, there's a couple different ways to make our little pots. I'm gonna show you all the ways. The first way is where you roll into a ball, and I go rolling, rolling, rolling our clay until I have it into a ball. Then I take my thumb and I press it right down the middle, and it naturally starts to make this like pot-like shape. But then here comes the pinching. I'm gonna keep my thumb in there and have my pointer finger here, and I'm gonna start pinching around, keeping my thumb inside to make it into a cute little pot. Voila, this is where I am. Boop-a-doo. I'm gonna set that down right there. So that is our one bottom shape we could do. The next one you could do if you wanted, you can roll it into a ball, rolling, rolling, rolling our clay, and you could swish it into a snake by going swish, swish, swish on the table or in your hands. And then you can make a coil pot by taking your bottom end of the snake and kissing it to the other side and just coiling it around itself, sticking it to the sides. And so it looks like this. And then you can kind of squish it together and flatten it and pinch it until it forms a pot. There's one way you could do it. Now, if you want to get really fancy, what you could do is separate this into 2 balls. Do rollin' our clay, both of them. Rollin', rollin', rollin' our clay. And then swish them out to be snakes, really long snakes. And you can twist these 2 together to create even more texture and depth, like this. And then you could kiss the end to the inside and make a braided coil pot, pinch pot. And then you do the same thing. You pinch it together. That's kind of cool. This looks like a bumpy pumpkin, huh? Wow, I might keep this one because it kind of gives it texture, like one of those really bumpy pumpkins you would find. And again, you just pinch it. And then I like to put it flat so I know it'll sit flat while I'm forming it. Very cool. Now, for the top, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do rollin' our clay. I'm gonna do rollin', rollin', rollin' our clay. And then I'm gonna take my ball and I'm gonna flatten it like a pancake. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, right on the table or a tray or any surface it won't stick to. And I have this nice flat lid, so cute, that I could put right on top. I don't want to stick it on right now because I don't want it to stick to each other, right? So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to see and make sure it covers up the whole bottom of my coiled pinch pot. And I'm just going to flatten it. And look how cool the orange looks like tie-dye. Isn't that awesome? Okay, next up is I want to make a stem and some leaves. So I'm going to take my green marker because I really just wanted to do the outline and not have it show in a darker color. I'm going to make some vines that I'm going to string on my pipe cleaner. So I folded it in half and then I'm going to go ahead and do like a half of an oval or a half of a leaf shape. And I'm going to do a bunch of these just like this. And also, if you wanted to add like some green leaves of clay, you could always take a little bit of orange off or white before you colored it and color for some clay leaves. But I like doing this. This is fun. And then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut out your leaves right on the drawing marks. And then you have a full leaf when you cut out the ovals. And I really like doing a bunch of them because I think this adds to making it very festive and fun. And like I said, if you have lots of clay, or later you could get more clay and you can make a whole little pumpkin patch of your pots. Okay, this is so fun. Careful, you might need a grown-up to help you. All you do is you poke the construction paper through and you put the leaves on. Now guys, I mentioned you don't even need scissors. If you wanted to, I also love just tearing construction paper and making them into leaves. Just tearing pieces, and doesn't this look like a natural little leaf you would find? That's something you can do too. So go ahead and put your leaves on. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna fold my pipe cleaner in half and I'm gonna twist it. Twist the whole thing so it's like a vine that is in the pumpkin patch. Okay, like it's still attached and growing. And I'm gonna take the pointy part, and remember our clay is still really ooey gooey. But I'm just gonna poke it through, trying not to make the disc shape change too much. And I'm gonna just bend the ends so it will stay once it dries, and kind of mush the clay around it too. Just so as it dries, it doesn't make a bigger hole. Like that. Look at how cool. And then you can let the whole thing dry. And I know I said you didn't want to stick it, but I just wanted to show you. Look at how cute. Mine's obviously still wet. But I would like bend that down so it looked like it was growing in the patch. But remember, don't stick your bottom to it until it's dry, because look what just happened to me a little. The clay is so sticky, but it's okay if you do, because you can always, don't worry, there are no mistakes in art. You could always take it off and reform it. But look at how cute. You're gonna have this adorable little pumpkin clay pot. Yay! Thank you so much for crafting with us, you guys. I wish I could craft with you in person, but this is the next best thing. Bye, everybody.